Hey, my name's Hilton. This is my Audi, and today I'm going to fit a dash cam to it with a rear camera. And I don't know how this is going to go because I haven't fitted a dash cam to an Audi C4 before. So come with me on this ride and let's see if we can get this right. This is the dash cam that I'll be fitting to my car, and it came already with the rear camera attached. Now, I'm not a fan of these cameras. This one's actually missing a little screw at the bottom, and I see the screws lying over there. I don't know where the nut is. I'm going to have to find that. But that's the rear camera. I'm not a fan of these rear cameras. I prefer the one I have in my grey car. I don't even know what these little LEDs are for because they don't turn on, so I honestly don't know. The camera is a 2160p, but that's only for the front one. So we're dealing with 2K in the front and 1080p for the rear camera. I have already hooked it up because I had to check that it was working. So I'm just going to show you what I did here with the electrics. This car, its fuses sit flush with the cover. I could not use the ordinary, tapper fuse. These are the things I usually use. This sits way too far out for me to close the cover. So what I had to do is I had to take some solder and just solder the wires to a fuse. And what I've selected here is fuse number 10 and fuse number 12. And according to my car's fuse layout here, number 10 is for the flasher unit, which is the hazard lights, and number 12 is for the rear window fogger, demister or whatever, defogger, and mirror heating. Now, this car does have mirror heating, so it's constantly on, but it only turns on when you turn the key on. So I needed a constant live for the yellow wire, which I connected up here to my own makeshift wires. So the yellow wire is your battery positive, which needs a constant live even when the car is turned off. And then the red wire is your accessory wire, so this should be connected to a fuse that turns off when you turn the ignition off. And then the camera will turn off. If you do not do that, the camera will stay on and drain your battery. So what I did is I tested with my test light to check the fuses, which fuses I could use. And the dash cam actually came with a test light, but I already have a test light. So all you do is you connect this to a ground, this end to a ground, and then you use the other end of the test light to just, put a prong on the end of the fuses, and then when it lights up, there's a little bulb in there. And when that lights up, the fuse is live and it's working when the ignition's on, or it's not working when the ignition's off. This is going to be the best solution for me, but the problem is I haven't connected these yet because I have to run the wires through there. These are the clips, by the way, for this cover. So behind the clips there's nothing there, so I can run my wires through here and then underneath here to pull them up behind here and through the A-pillar and up there. The rear camera wire, I'm not really sure yet how I'm going to run that, but I'm going to have to figure that out. I made a decal on my windshield, and I made a fairly large decal because when you're sitting in the car and you have the sun visor in the down position, the sun would glare through over there, and modern cars have got this little flap that you can put down, and older cars used to have a sun visor that actually covered this, but this Audi doesn't have that. So I thought that since I had to make a decal for the dash cam to stick onto the windshield, because the dash cam is going to go here behind the camera, and that is why it's shaped like that, because it's going to sit like that on the windshield. There's the sticky stuff, so I'm going to stick Velcro onto this so that there's less tension because this windshield is extremely round and it's not going to stick properly if I do that. So I'm just going to stick some Velcro on there, and then the camera will be able to be removed without damaging my decal. And if you look at the outside, that is what it looks like on the outside. So there are no bubbles or anything like that. It matches up with the factory blackout, and you can see where the mirror is actually sitting. And unfortunately this mirror has been removed at some point and they stuck it on with some, I don't know, window glue. And the only way I'm going to be able to fix that is if I replace the windshield, because that little silver thing is supposed to be black. Now the easiest way to get the wires underneath here is going to be to take this thing off, and as you can see there's a screw up there, there's a bolt up there, and another one over there, and there's another one sitting in here, and I think, yeah, there's another one sitting down there. So quite a lot of bolts we got to undo. I've had this thing off before, so not exactly the end of the world. I've got all the screws out, and now we can drop this out of the way and put that one side. I'm going to get my wires from here all the way around here, through there, and in this little lip, and then down the side over here to there, and then I can get them slotted in underneath and then bring them through with the back of this clip over there to my two fuse wires, which I've now undone. So I've decided, usually I clip this cable off, and this cable, if you have an aftermarket sound system, which I don't, but I might. The aftermarket sound systems come with a video in, and then you can actually view your dash cam picture on the head unit. So the problem with this dash is I can't put a big screen in here because of how Audi designed it. Double DIN didn't exist back then, so this is a single DIN setup, and I may have to get a single DIN with a pop-up screen that disappears, or a single DIN with just a slightly bigger screen that comes down a little bit further over the HVAC controls here. You do get screens that go a little bit higher at the top over here, but then I'm not going to be able to, number one, I won't be able to fit it because this whole stack is higher. Well, it protrudes further out and the radio is further in, but not at the bottom. So it would be the perfect thing to get one that comes down a little bit lower down, and maybe a 7-inch screen or something like that, so that I can then hook up a backup camera to this car as well. I've unplugged the rear camera because the most important part for me is to get the front camera on, and I'm just going to pull this sticky stuff off. Oh, it comes on a bracket, so that's very good. Actually, I want this on the camera. Now I'm going to stick my Velcro on. I've got my Velcro on here. Now I'm just going to get it onto the windshield and make sure it's as straight as can be. I'm going to route the cable around the mirror and get this dash cam situated so that it's sitting in the center and it's sitting straight. Just move the mirror. Now I think, so all you have to do is slide the camera forward to unhook it now. So it slides forward and then it will come off. So it's pretty much on there. And what I want to do is get the cable, but before I do that, I'm going to be seeing cable here. It's just one of those things, very unfortunate. I think I'm just going to get this cable plugged in for now. This is the rear camera one. I'm going to run it behind this molding, all the way to the back, behind this, and all the way to the rear, so that I can install the rear camera there. And then this is for my front camera's power cable, and that I'm going to just run behind here. It's going to come out here and slot inside there and then come out the bottom in underneath here. So I've run my rear camera cable all along this little ridge in here, and currently I am sitting here. Luckily I don't have curtain airbags in this car to worry about, so it's not really too much of an issue. And I'm just using the brake light as a middle point to stick it on, and it does come with a little sticker to stick it on here, so I'm just going to stick it on and see if that's going to work. If it doesn't stick and it keeps falling off, I will use the Velcro, the big stuff. But I think I'm just going to tuck the excess cable in behind this pillar. The cable's just dangling there, and well, not dangling, it's actually behind the blackout, so I'm not really concerned about that. The dash cam is a nice neat install, and this is what the dash cam is currently seeing, my driveway. And if I press this button here, I apologize, the light is not very good. If I press that little button, then we look at the rear, and that is the rear camera. And I must still take the what do you call it, the little plastic cover on the lens. I must take it off, because that's why you're seeing a lot of whiteness at the bottom of the screen. And then that will show you both the front and rear camera on one screen. But I'm very happy with this. I like what I see. What I actually did is I ran the cable all the way up to here. I took this off and I took this off, and I brought the camera down all the way to the bottom, ran it along the back. And I'm sorry, but I've got the car running now, so I'm not going to get out of the car because the cable was too long. So by running it down here and then bringing it up there, I used all of the cables, so I didn't have to stash all of the cable in there. It's pretty taut. I brought it back up along the rubber, behind that trim over there, and then behind the trim there, and then behind the headliner, and then it comes out right there at the back of the camera. So I just need to take its stupid little sticker off there. I don't like that. But yeah, I'm very happy with the install, and I think it's just nice to finally have a camera in the car. So that's it for this video. I hope that you guys found it helpful. I hope it does help somebody who's trying to fit one of these cameras. And yeah, I'm very happy with the results. And to be honest, I actually forgot that I bought a camera, a dash cam with a rear camera. And when I opened the box, I saw the rear camera and I was like, woohoo, you know, this is great. So I now have, we actually have all three of our cars with front and rear dash cams, which is great to have. So thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. It's most likely going to be on the grey Audi. There's a few developments happening over there, so I'll share that with you guys when I do that. And yeah, until then, stay safe. Cheers. Bye.